Hello, this is Evolving Always Productions, and my name is Terry Lynn. I have a guest, Matt, from My World Ecom. He's a phenomenal serial entrepreneur, packed full of knowledge. Today, he's going to mainly be talking about Amazon. He's got some new tools to help you level up your Amazon business. He is a six-figure Amazon earner. So basically, we're going to be rolling with that. So we're going to be rolling with that information. Sorry about the feedback sound. And with Evolving Always Productions, we're all about evolving mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. So that's what we're about. So, Matt, first of all, I want to appreciate you coming up because I know that you have a lot going on, especially this weekend, personal and everything. So I really appreciate you. So I'm really excited about what you got going on the pike right now. So talk to us.
All right, how you doing? Thank you for having me. I actually have a Keeper training, and it comes with a Facebook group. We'll be breaking down the Keeper chart because I realize a lot of sellers don't understand how to use. I mean, we know that Keeper is the best tool to use for Amazon, but using Keeper, you can actually see the seasonality of an item, how your competitors are selling the product, how many they have in stock, plus multiple other different things. So I'm putting out a Facebook group with Keeper tutorial. Is going to break down all the pieces of the main parts of Keeper, and then I have a buy list, two different level buy lists. One is just a buy list, and not just a buy list, a buy list, and yeah, we send you 8 to 15 items every Monday through Friday. That's one level. The second level is an executive buy list where we send you 8 to 15 items and we go a little further and map the route out for you. If you provide your zip code, we can give you exactly which stores. We'll send a text message to you Monday through Friday, and you'll be able to just click on your phone. It'll automatically map the route out so you can go to Walmart 1, pick up this product, these products, Walmart 2, pick up these products, Target, and whatever stores are located in your area that have these products.
Okay, well, first of all, that is absolutely golden. So I'm gonna get you to break down some stuff for people that may not understand. We're getting ready to do that in a moment. I want to say hello to some phenomenal people that have joined.
Okay.
We have Noreen. Hello, Noreen. Nisha, thank you for joining. The Grateful Queen, love you. Thank you for joining. Miss It's Bossy C, thank you for joining. Love you all. Love all of y'all. Appreciate you guys. Matt has got a fire product that even if you're not doing Amazon right now, you may really consider it because he's got some tools that I'm gonna tell you right now is really going to help you out. And hello, fitness truck guy, which is my husband. Hello, I appreciate you joining. I love you too. But anyway, so fire. So let's start off with because I know Amazon, so all that you said it was like totally crystal clear to me, and I'm like already excited. But break down Keeper for someone that's considering Amazon but has
Okay.
no idea what you're talking about with Keeper.
All right. Keeper is a tool that's I think it's $17 a month. I think it's 17, $18 a month. I can't remember the exact price.
Right, it's around that.
And it gives you a lot of data on a product. So it breaks down on how many times it gives you the sales rank, the conditions of the items being sold, how many sellers are on this item right now, who has the buy box, how often the product is being sold, what the item is in the rank, because there's a main rank and then there's sub ranks. Like just say for example, I'm trying to this water bottle. This will be
Right,
under the main category will be food and beverage. Then
right,
the subcategory. This is not accurate, but the subcategory might be water fluids, and then the
right,
subcategory is going to be water bottles, and then there
right.
might be a subcategory under that. So each
Mhm.
product has a different categories, and Keeper gives you all of that information and tells you the rank of that product for each individual category. That rank changes every hour. So Amazon bases the rank based on the demand of the product. So for example, It's pretty much every hour they'll break it down. So this same water bottle, for example, this water bottle right now might be ranked 100 in its category, and an hour later it might be ranked 101, and a couple hours later it might be 98. It all depends on the demand of the item.
Right,
And then,
and that's so true, because the
mhm,
ranking all determines whether you should actually get in on that product or not. Correct.
correct,
So could
correct.
you give like a good example? Like, well, I guess we'll do grocery first because we know books are different. So could you give
Mhm.
like a good example of a grocery item and what's a good ranking for someone to get on so that would make more sense to them?
Okay, like for on Keeper, to say
Hmm.
it'll show. So the groceries, I like to stay in the. I don't look at the rank itself. I look at the percentage of that rank. So for
Right.
example, if the item has 10, just say it had 10 10 cat. I mean, the highest was it only went to 10 category. I mean, 10 products inside of that category. Of course,
Okay.
the product rank one will be in the top 1%. Product rank two will be the top 20%, then rank three, and then so on. So you look at that, and then say for just say for groceries, I believe there's I can't remember. I think it's 66,000. I can't remember how large the category is off the top of my head, but each one is broken down. They slice it down into the percentage. So the top 1% generally is items that can sell fast. So so for me to say a Pacific rank is going to change by the time this time next year because there's always being new grocery products coming
Oh,
out.
it's
So
constantly
yes, and
changing.
there's new
Yeah.
bundles, so it's always going to change. So if you look at the percentage, it's probably a better way to look at it than the actual rank because the rank could be just say for example, just say based off of 10, if it's ranked two today and then tomorrow they have four more items, again, of course, rank two is going to be lower down in the percentage versus,
Right.
and then next week they have 20 items is going to get even lower down and lower down.
Hmm. That
So
is so
I
true.
like to look at the percentage versus the rank. I mean, the percentage is good. I mean, the rank is good to know also, but it's better to look at the percentage because you can get a better overview of all the different categories versus looking at the rank, if that makes sense.
Right. So what would be a good percentage you would say for someone to jump in on a certain product if they were scanning a product?
I would say one. Again, that depends on which category. Just say for groceries, I like to
Hmm.
stay under 3%.
Okay, that's
Of course,
perfect. That's
yeah.
perfect. So, and then for books, what would you say for that, for example?
Books, books you can go up to 10%, but actually now it depends on which model. If it depends on if you're going FBA or merchant fulfilled. Like if you look at the image behind, that was one of our rooms that was merchant fulfilled. We have books up there that we were selling daily that had zero rank, and we had ones that had 10 million rank that probably sold a few times a year. So it all depends on how you're doing. So if you're, I'll break it down on both sides. So if you're going to do FBA, I would try to move, do this FBA. Amazon is changing the rank. I mean the inventory limits. I would
Right.
try to sell stuff that are fast movers, even if it makes a smaller amount of funds per item. You're looking at, you want to bring your IPI score up. So you want items that, just say for example, again, just say this was a book.
Right.
If this book, if you bought it for $1 and it makes 50 cents, just say,
Right.
but it's a
Right.
fast mover, meaning that
Right.
as it touches Amazon facility, it's going to sell. That's going to boost your IPI up. So it shouldn't necessarily look at it as every item I need to make $30 off of. Looking at it as the health of your account and find, because Amazon doesn't want to be a storage unit. They don't want, you don't want to store it at your house. You think they want to store it at their warehouse. So
Exactly.
yeah, so think of it as like I need to find items that are small, that don't take up much space, that might sell fast, and then once you understand that I'm selling, for me, I think it's all about, for someone who just starts, I think it's all about the dopamine hit. Just sell an item, no matter what it is. Even if you sell, for me, when I sold that first book, I did not plan on starting a bookstore, talking at conferences or anything like that. I was like, man, all right, I sold a book. I'm happy I made 50 cents off of this book. All right. So then, and end up becoming, learning more and more about the algorithm, how the books move. I can't.
I totally agree with what you're saying, and you're definitely
Mhm.
right because the game is changing because I've got so many sellers now. Yeah, you better not be sending them anything that's not moving fast.
Yeah,
Stuff needs to
yeah,
be going in there and going out, and that's what me and my husband are definitely concentrating on too. That's why a lot of times we don't even send books now because we realize some books just don't move that fast. And the reality is, we know, like you said, the way Amazon is changing in their storage, you're right. They don't want to be holding on to stuff. They want stuff that
yeah.
comes in and almost goes out immediately. So you're so right about that. That's such great information. I want to thank everybody for joining. I really appreciate you. Matt is going to be sharing a lot of great information tonight. You'll see up top that I pinned something. If y'all like what Matt's doing, buy him some coffee. Just click on a link and buy him some coffee. We really appreciate
Mhm.
him, taking time. He's going to be going over some things. He's got a new product that will make your job easier. And granted, if you're unfamiliar with Amazon altogether, we get that, but he can even like help you later on. You can follow him on Instagram. He can kind of walk you through some things as well. And plus he has a great ebook, which I have attached to this. Like if you click down from the live chat, you'll see that his ebook's there. It'll like help you because obviously books is a good way to get started. And the main reason he will talk about books in his actual ebook is because initially a new seller, you don't have too many categories you can get in, but you do want to get in. You do want to get into Amazon because obviously Amazon is one of the leading e-commerce sites that people actually buy off of. So he
Mhm.
does talk about books and how you basically can get books for like nothing, and how you can even get books, get people to give you books and even get paid for that. That's what I love about his ebook, where he's found ways to get books off of people's hands. He's not paying anything and they're paying him to get the books off their hands. So just thought I would let you know that. So definitely get his ebook as well. So just wanted to share that part. All right. So now that we've kind of explained how Keepa is and what it is exactly. And anytime you need to share your screen, just let me know. So
Okay.
explain your product because, because I've been at Amazon, I can tell you what I'm hearing is definitely fire. But I'm
Okay.
going to break something down for people really quickly. In Amazon, you really have to scan a lot of stuff to know what's going to do well on Amazon, especially when you're starting out. So, kind of what Matt's saying right now is if you link up with this new program he's going to have, he's actually going to help you with certain products to really boost you, to get you started. And that's going to be a big help if you're new to Amazon for sure. So, I'm going to let him talk more about that and go right ahead, Matt.
All right. So like, I'll tell you a little bit of difference from when I started. This October will make 5 years on Amazon, and the difference over the last 5 years. When I started, there was no such thing as inventory limits. You can just send in as many items. They had no IPI, and and then eventually they made the one ASIN, and that's when they changed the storage limits, and since then it's been going higher and higher. Because at first Amazon they run these facilities at a loss, but due to COVID happening, now it has boosted them, and more people are selling on Amazon, and more people are purchasing on Amazon. And it's not going to stop anytime soon. And I don't see a likeness of any other company trying to kick them out of the box right now. So if you're looking at starting, my thought is just start. And then this saying is not my saying. It's a guy named Chris saying you have to embrace the suck. It's gonna suck. You're gonna scan a bunch of items that you cannot sell. When I first
Right.
started, I could sell everything. I mean, there was nowhere near as many gates. There's only one book that I found that I cannot sell, and that's the David Goggins book. You Can't Hurt Me. I'm ungated. When I started, I didn't have to send in any paperwork for Nike, and then they gated it. And then I had to send paperwork in. I didn't have to send paperwork in for PlayStation and a bunch of other categories. And the reason why books are a little easier just to start is because they're relatively available. They're everywhere. You can go. You probably have at least 3 or 4 in your house, stuff in a corner somewhere, and you can send those ones in, and at least learn the algorithm of why these items even sell. So like with the service we have that just say the Keeper, learning Keeper, most people like they give you a buy list or Keeper. Everybody says go learn Keeper, but I can learn it. Look like a bunch of lines and graphs and stuff like that. And I have no clue how to read it, but it's learning that pattern on where to see you can get in between say, all right, I need to be right here in order to purchase this product to make some fun to make profit off of it. And then with buying it, it's a one-time fee, and then inside the group it has a keeper. I'm gonna put a bunch of free tools in there that the users can use, and it comes with a Facebook group that if you have a question. So for example, you watch the video. I'm big with once you watch something, if you write it down, you retain it a little bit retain it a lot more. But once you have the video, you could go inside the group and then say, I'm unsure about this part of the chart. So, and then also it's going to be a bunch. I started putting a bunch of different ways to screenshot information, because you might have a chart that you don't want to show somebody what the product is you're selling. You just want to show somebody the chart. So, and then versus I have a tool you can just screenshot and just crop just that one section out. So that way you're not showing someone what product you're selling. That way you can expose your store or anything like that.
Yeah, can I say something real quick, Matt?
Go ahead.
And I appreciate you bringing that up. Amazon is very different from any e-commerce site in the sense that you don't really want to share what you're selling. You don't even share your store link. And I know that sounds weird, because if you're on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, all of these things, obviously we share all the time. And it mainly is because what we're selling is sustainable items that, there's so many clothes, you can never get enough of clothes. They're all over the place, and we're saving a landfill. But on Amazon, there's just certain products. Sometimes it takes you a while to find products that can really bring you money, and you don't want more competition on it. So you never share your store site, and you really don't get in the habit of sharing what it is that you're putting on your Amazon store. No, this sounds weird, but it's going to help you in the success of your Amazon store. I just wanted to mention that, and that's why Matt was talking about that. And thank you so much. And the other thing I love too, Matt, is a Facebook group. What? Go ahead.
Yeah. So, like another reason why not to share something, like just say last year, pools were selling tremendously because a lot of the pools were closing. So people were able to buy pools from Walmart for $20 and sell them for $50 to $100, sometimes even more. But if you find that, just say you post it on Instagram, Facebook, or something like that, and you live in your city, there's most likely some other seller that lives probably closer to you that you don't know that they live there. And if you and them are within the same adjacent area of this Walmart, and then you post it, and then he goes to that Walmart and buys every one, or he might have more capital than you. You might be saying, all right, today's Sunday. I get paid Tuesday, and I know they got a bunch. I'm gonna go there Tuesday, but you posted it today, and now you gave this seller the opportunity to know about this product and go to this product. I know personally a seller. He travels the United States, just buying products. He lives in New Jersey, and he literally showed me his map of the United States, and he'll pack up for 2 weeks and just go on a sourcing trip, rent a U-Haul, and just map out the route and just go. He might be chasing a product, just say this water. He might be chasing 3 products, and is going to every Walmart during a route and just buying this product, packing it up into the U-Haul. Then if he finds about another product along the way, then he'll go to another set of area and buy the product, and then drive back home, list all the items, and then do it again, and then keep doing that. So once you post it out there, there's a lot of people that go out there, and it's called travel charge. I'm actually going to try to do one this summer. And all it is, you find items, and you might just chase a product and then go to a bunch of different stores, Walmart, Kmart, or wherever stores, and just buy that item and then ship it to Amazon along the way.
That's right. That is so true, Matt. So yeah, that's why for Amazon, you do keep kind of hush hush, unless you're doing something like a private label that's only yours. And you can do that on Amazon, by the way. Then obviously, and that were all that you were doing, then yeah, definitely share away because it's only your item. So
and even them, they don't even do that at all. Private label, they're more hush hush than because your product might be private. It might, because it's private label. and then there's white label. So again,
Right.
just say this water bottle. This
Right.
water bottle is private label by Deer Park. But I can contact the manufacturer who makes this water bottle, who
Hmm.
processes water for Deer Park. They might process it for Nestle and 3 other companies. Say, hey, I want you to make My World Ecom water. So all they'll do is they'll remove this, and then they'll put my package, My World Ecom here, and that's considered white label. Private label is when you take this same water bottle and you redesign it. So just say I
Right.
redesign the nozzle, and then I make a patent on that product. So
Right.
those are the differences. And then if somebody has that product, just say this water bottle, I redesign it, and now my design is only but so far. And again, you're dealing with some very educated people, and there's some sharks
Right.
online also. So that person might take that same product that you might have worked. It might have been your grandfather's product or whoever knows, and then they take it and then they redesign it. They learn from your product all the flaws that you're doing, and then turn around and make your product better, and then take your competition. I
You
mean,
know what? That
and now
makes
they're your
sense.
biggest competition.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. Thanks for clarifying that. So I'm glad to know that. That's great information. Okay, so okay, go ahead because I know you were trying to show us some stuff,
Mm-hmm.
other stuff that you're doing. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I'll share my screen real quick and kind of show
Okay.
you what we
Okay.
break down. Is my screen visible? Oh, it
Yep.
should
Go
be
ahead, click
eventually.
on it. Yeah, I'm going to add that to
Okay.
the stream for us.
All right. So this is a keeper chart. This is a book called the 4 Hour Work Week. I believe this is the holy grail to anything sold online. Um, so if you haven't read it, I would advise to read it. If you don't like reading, get the audio book. Great book to read. So on this, we break down every section of this part from that's in the white. So we break down how to look at this price, the new price. Because if you look here, this says the Amazon price, the new price, and the used price. And then they give us the eBay price. So we break down each one of these sections. We go over each one of these lines. So if you look here, there's multiple tabs and there's icons that all mean something different. All right. And this squiggly line, that means the sales rank. And we break down on how to read this sales rank. We break down what this blue line is, which is the new price, and then the Amazon price. Because if you purchase this item on this day, just say you purchase it on the 8th, you want to know how much it's going to sell around by the time you ship it to Amazon with the fees and them shipping it. By the time it gets in, it might not be, just say, to somewhere around the 1st. By the time it gets transferred and other things like that. So you might want to learn the seasonality of this product. This product on today, I can't talk right now. On May 23rd next year, or I mean last year, the product might sell differently. And then in June, it might sell differently. So of course, each product is going to be different. So we break down each individual one of these lines. Then we break down this section here, and we break down each one of these individual sections. This is the rank. I mean, sorry, the category. So you have the top category and then the subcategories, and we break down what all of these squiggly lines mean and how to read this. And this right here is this is the reviews. We break down how to read the reviews, and then that way, and even give you tips on how to figure out how many times this item might have sold within. For this chart right here, this is 3 months, so it's 90 days. We break down, we're giving you a formula and saying, all right, this item might have sold, if I do this and do this, this item probably sold X amount per month. And then if there's X amount of users, we divide this to get X amount to see how many we should buy per month, if that makes sense. And
Yes,
then
it does.
break that all down. And then we break down this section also. This is another section of Keeper. We break down each one of these lines thoroughly. We'll go over this section. Again, this is just a subsection, and all these are hyperlinks that bring you to other parts. So we're going to go over every line on here. So when you're done, you'll be able to understand on if I look at a product, okay, man, this is what I should use. These are the tools. All right, should I buy this product? And then this is so all three of these sections from these pictures, we're going to break down each line and tell you, like, just say this book right here. So like this is the dimensions of the product. This could be useful in certain ways. We're selling the item on Amazon, and we break down how you can look at this on to maximize your business. Um, and then that's what we do. And that all this will be the group. Once you pay for it, it's $25. It's a one-time fee. You have access to the Facebook group forever, and you can answer questions. And if and then over time, I'm going to start I have some SOPs that we have used in our business that I'm going to add inside of in the Facebook group that give examples of other items, because every item on Amazon is going to be totally different. And again, but some of the graphs might be somewhat similar, but we're going to break down on because I have in the video I put down maybe about 5 or 6 items, about 8 items. But again, Amazon, there's millions of items, so each graph is going to be different. So I add some SOPs in there saying, hey, this is, if you look at this item, this right here, if you see this spike right here of this section that's missing, this might be an item that you can purchase and buy back to sell back on Amazon. Or you can look at it and say, all right, this would be an item. So just say, for example, in December 31st, Christmas lights are generally 95% off, and by the time the beginning of the year, they go to 95% off. You might be able to buy these items for a penny, just say, and then hold it until next year. And then we will show you on how to look at these items, not just say for right now. You should, like currently, I know sellers that we're in May, and they're looking at Christmas items. And by looking at Christmas, a keeper, they're looking at the longevity. They're not looking at it as I need to sell this item for today. I need to buy this item, source this item, and sell it for tomorrow. So you're kind of in a sense like chess. So if you look at the business or just say the graph like chess, like how a chess player does, I think a good chess player, the best chess player, can do 15 moves ahead. I play chess a lot. I've never got to that. The most I can do is 3. But if you look at it like that, by seeing certain parts of these graphs, you can understand the business more. And the more you look at it, it becomes like second nature just to look at this information.
Makes so much sense. Yeah, because you're really going to be helping them break it down and understand it, because it's not quite as simple. So you're going to be breaking that down for them so they actually know what they're looking at, so they can make great buying decisions. I love that. And then you'll be having a Facebook group, so they can ask you the questions on that. Yeah, that's awesome, Matt. I love it. Definitely.
And then I'll show you the buy list is provide you a buy list. And the buy list will be an Excel sheet, and there's 2 buy lists. The buy list comes with a Discord, and inside of Discord is where you'll get full access. You can ask all kind of questions, and you really have a whole lot more information. The keeper one, you'll have good information to get you going, but on the buy list, it'd be pretty much holding your hand all the way through. Hey, and if you have a product, just say, I found this product. Hey, can you look at this? You'll be able to message me directly and say, hey man, I have this product, or I have this account. How should I go about doing this business? What should I say to them, or what can I do to try to get this account, or how should I approach this company to either buy their stock in the back or XYZ, and then we'll provide the list of these items and do all the math and actually educate you on how to look at these buy lists. Because if I give you an Excel sheet with these products, you look at it like, oh, this is just a bunch of numbers and some links. What the hell do I do with this? But they'll be able to educate you and break it down. Say, hey man, this one, when you see this part, this line does this, this line does this, this does this. And then I even have a section in there, a formula. So for me, I like to base everything off $100, because when I first started, I started with $100. So I look at it, hey, if I have $100, how much I got $100 to spend. I need to make this $100 grow. I need to turn this into 150. So I have a formula in there. You'll be able to play around with the numbers. Say, all right, my total is $100. If I buy X amount of this, if I spend $50 on this, that means I'll make $50 profit on this. If I spend $20 on this, I'll make $10 profit. Then if I buy $5 on these, I'll make X amount of profit. So it'll break it down, and you'll be able to see that every day. and look at all the information. All right, so you could sit there yourself, so you don't necessarily have to say, oh man, how do I figure this out? I'm pretty much doing, these are tools that I've done myself that I use. Say, all right, man, because I based everything on, when I did it on a budget. So I was like, man, I ain't got $100. What product is going to be the best one that I can take this $100 and turn it into 125, and then see how long is it going to take to sell. So I pretty much made a formula on how to do that, and then you be able to and I'm going to show the user on how to do it. So a lot of it you'll be able to do it from your phone. So you get on the spreadsheet. If you get a spreadsheet every day, you be all right, I got it. I can type in here, change this number here, and it's automatically going to calculate. If you buy this, if you spend $50 on here, you get 3.5 of this product. You'll make X amount of dollars over how much time it sells. Then it does, if you do this, it'll do that. So and I'll break down on how to use every part of it. That's the buy list. That one is $100 a month, and pretty much again, it's holding your hand until the point where you get to the point where you're like, I understand this, and then for my experience, sometimes that's all it takes. It might take 1 month or even 2 months of that, and that's going to boost you 6-7 months ahead of somebody trying to watch a bunch of YouTube videos and try to figure it out.
Just give you a kind of a competitive edge, and then, like you said, they'll have access to the Facebook group. So for that plan, it's $100 a month. What if someone, after they've done that plan for a while, they just kind of want to be a part of the Facebook group? How does that work, and what's the pricing structure of that?
Now, for the one that's $100, okay, so there's 2 Facebook groups. The one for the keeper, that's the one-time fee, and you get the keeper videos, and every once in a while we'll be adding information to that. The buy list, which is there's two levels of the buy list. I'll actually break this down. Let me share my screen again. If you could pull up my screen one more time, please.
Okay, get ready to add it to the screen for you.
All right.
There you go.
The executive buy list is where we really just hold your hand all the way through. We'll send you a link like this that you can push, and it'll automatically, if you live in this area in Daytona, it'll automatically go on your phone and route you to each location, and it'll optimize it on the best route for your area. So just say, for example, the first location, it'll show, this one doesn't show, I just did this one real quick. It'll show location 1, Ocean City. In this Walmart, you have these 3 products. So you can purchase these 3 products. If you leave from here, you will go to you'll go to Farmton, all right, and then you'll go to that Walmart or Target and purchase these products that are on the list. Then the next location, you can go to this location and purchase these products, or so on. Now again, the user doesn't necessarily have to go to all of these locations and purchase these products, because again, you might only say, again, I base everything off of $100. Oh, sorry, everyone. Hello, everyone that said hello on the chat. Pink Diva, Nisha, and there was someone else, and hello. Sorry, my apologies for that. All right. So each one, you'll get a spreadsheet, and again, and I'll show you how to use it off of your phone. So you'll be able to push the spread. You'll have the links to the product, so you'll be able to push this. Say for again, when we use this water bottle, you'll be able to push the link, and it'll show. All right. This water bottle is at Walmart for $1, and then you'll be able to push the other link, and it'll go to the keeper chart, and then you'll be able to push another link, and it'll go to the Amazon page, so you can see what the product sells for. So you can see everything right there, and give education on how to do it from your mobile, and then
so it takes out a lot of guesswork. So it takes out a lot of guesswork, especially for people that are new to Amazon. Kind of give them a little bit of a competitive edge, like you said. Definitely. Correct. Okay. So like if they're doing a keeper and you said that's a one-time, how much would that be, if you don't mind saying, or if you want to check it out later, that'd be fine.
Oh, it's no problem. It's $25 and a one-time fee for $25. You have the group access forever. So you have access to the video for a lifetime. The other one, the buy list, is $100 a month. You have a Facebook group and a Discord, and in the Discord, we have different sections, so you can post your wins. Not necessarily your win when you're selling the product, but you can Again, I'll show you how to crop it out. So you can say, hey, I sold, my sales are here from going here to here. Because I believe in, again, the dopamine of being saying, hey, man, and then somebody saying, hey, man, cheer on. Here, you did a good job. And
Right.
then the extreme buy list is 225, and that's the one where we'll map, you provide your zip code. You don't necessarily have to provide your address. You can provide an address that's down the street, or even your zip code, or a zip code that's closest to you if you don't feel comfortable with providing your zip code. And then, of course, we'll give you the route and base it on the information, your start, where you want to start, your start destination, and your origin. I mean, your origin destination and your destination. So, for example, just say this route. So if I zoom out, just say you're in, zoom out here. Now, just say hypothetically, it zoomed away. Just say you live here, and next week you're going to just say Miami. We can give a route. So on the way to Miami, you can go to Walmart and pick those items up. But again, if you're doing that, I would need at least a couple of weeks in advance, just so I can tell my team, hey, this is the route, so they can prepare themselves closer to that day to plan that route on a longer distance. We could probably go
Gotcha.
maybe to a
And
certain distance.
and a better selection of products for them to consider if they're on that route
Yes,
is what you're saying, correct? Okay.
correct.
Hmm. Yeah, that's really good. So, and I guess basically you're going to kind of like you said, tailor it to people in their areas and things of that nature too, right? So it's not too
Hmm.
much competition at the same time, correct?
Yeah. Yes. For the buy list, this one right here with the extreme ones, we're only doing 5 people at first, just because, just to make sure that everything is running smoothly before we release it and do too many. Because again, every area is going to be different, and then of course we might have to do some type of vetting, because if you're in a rural, in a rustic area, it might be a little harder finding you items that are on this list or stores in that location. So in your area, if somebody who's in somewhere in the woods, it might be better for you to look at purchasing the items online and then having them shipped to you. But if you're in a highly densely populated area, this will be perfect for you. If you have a lot of Walmarts, Targets, Best Buys, and stuff like that in your area, this will be good for you.
Yeah, that sounds good. And I'm glad that you're like only going to be doing it for a few people at first. And then you said the one time fee for the keeper would be 25 or 29.
25.
That's
But
that's killer.
the other 4 can be for coffee. I love coffee. It's nothing like a good cup of Joe in the morning.
But I'm just saying that's really awesome because a lot of people do get confused about Keepa. So you're helping them with Keepa, and then I mean this is for a lifetime, and then you're providing a Facebook so they can communicate with each other. So that's excellent. That's awesome. And just a reminder, people, I pinned a comment with buy me coffee. That was for Matt. He does like coffee, so y'all
Mm.
liking what y'all are hearing, buy him some coffee. Just thought I'd bring that up. But yeah, that is so phenomenal what you're coming up with, and I like that you broke down the buy list into 2 sections. So that's really good. Which I can see the importance of that just too because of competition and location and all that kind of stuff too. Okay,
Yeah,
I
correct.
like I like that plan. That's very very solid. I love it. I love it. So, what are some other recommendations or other things that you would like to go over with the people tonight?
Okay, I would like to say go out there and scan everything. If you're not, I'll go with the people who are nervous with selling on Amazon. Don't be nervous. It is no different than when you first sold anything on Posh, eBay, or Macari or whatever site you did. The only way to know business is to be in business. And of course, you're
Yes.
going to scan an item and you prepare to lose some money, because then you don't know what you're doing. I lost, I don't know how much. I stopped keeping track, but I know in the beginning I lost a lot of money, and then after a while, it got to the point where it became an obsession, and I kept learning, and doing more. Like just say there's an example of some of these books in the back that you see. Some of these books we sold at maybe 10 cents, 15 cents, but we didn't sell them at for a profit. We just more sold them just to keep the metrics up, that they see that we're shipping items on time and
And see,
the items go in.
yeah, I love that concept because you're right. Because Amazon likes to see you feeding it too, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
like you said, some of it is about just trying to move it and build trust with Amazon, because Amazon's all about making sure that you're trustworthy too. Hey,
Yes.
Deneen, thank you for joining. By the way, just want to say that out loud. But yeah, Amazon's all about you being trustworthy as well. And I'm gonna go over again really quickly. Make sure to, if you get out of the live chat, you'll see the link for Matt's book. The background here is actually some of the books that Matt has. He had an 8,000 square foot place where he was just selling books left and right. Um, and, of course, he had to close the facility down when a pandemic hit, but he still has a ton of books all over the place. And the thing that I really like is, which is why I recommend you get his ebook, is he created a creative way to get a whole bunch of books for free, and people are even paying him to get the books. I mean, so he's not paying for the book. So because of Amazon, he came up with other businesses that he ended up forming. But it all started with the concept, with Amazon. He knew he could put the books on Amazon, obviously. But my point is, he has a creative way of you being able to get books. You're not paying for the books. People are paying you to get the books, which I love
Yeah.
that concept, because if that's happening, that means you could just sell the books for like anything because you haven't paid for them. And then plus two,
Yeah.
you've even made money to get some of them. So yeah, his ebook is attached to, like, if you get off the live link part and just get onto the description, his link for that, or you can go to his Instagram account as well, which I have attached here on a banner, as you can see, My World Ecom. So I just thought I'll share that with you, because he's very detail oriented on the ebook and what he did, but he's made a big business out of doing that. And of course, and you do books and DVDs and stuff too, right? That you
Yeah,
get a
we
lot,
do.
you get your hands
I
on.
do every product. I sell any product that makes a profit. If it makes a
Hmm.
profit, I will sell it. And then for the Poshmarks, the ebook works because I started the concept before I got into books and Amazon. I was doing clothes, so I used that same logic at first with clothes, and then when I started books, I just moved that logic over to books. And books, the market with books and clothes are parallel. Like the logic is pretty much the same. People have clothes that they don't want, they just give them away. Now I
Right,
don't know about I can't think of a company that will pay you to remove the clothes, but at least you'll be able to get them for free. But
right, right.
if you are creative enough, you probably could figure out. So actually, yeah, you probably could, because actually I said Terry an Instagram location that had, I don't know how many bundles and bundles of clothing. So if you find
Mhm.
locations like that and you use the same methodology that I did with the books, you probably could put that towards clothing with no problem. Because I actually thought of the logic from when I first started doing the clothing.
You probably could to a certain extent. I'm thinking that too. It would be obviously, more complicated a little bit, but you could. But the bottom line is, with eBay and Poshmark, Macari, and Depop, we can go on and on when it comes to that. You just
Mm-hmm.
being able to get clothes for nothing, as in free, you're going to benefit anyway, because you can sell the item for like anything and you're still going to make a profit. So, But anyway,
Yeah.
you got a question up there, Matt,
Okay. So
from
what
the
is
Geeky Niche.
hello, Nisha? What is the minimum criteria? I like to stay. Again, it can be a fluctuating question, and I'll give a couple of examples. Like, just say, for example, if you buy this water bottle, I like
Mhm.
this water bottle today. So if you buy this water bottle for 10 cents, just say,
Mhm.
in the wintertime, all right. Now in the summertime, this water bottle sells for just say $1.50. Again, we're going off of
Okay.
not including fees and anything like that. Now you make a profit. So now if you were to sell it without fees, and not shipping, you're thinking you bought it for 10 cents, you sell it for $1.50, you made $1.40. So it's for me, I look at what is the sales velocity of the item? How small is the item? How light is the item? So if I buy the item at a low cost, just say $1, and it sells 1,000 items a day, is that worth buying the item to only make 50 cents? Yes, because that item is going to sell fast. But if you're buying the item at $10 and the item is a little bulkier, and of course you got to look at, I got to pick this item up, I got to put it in my car, I got to ship it, and this and that, and then you got to account too from shipping costs from you to Amazon, and then from Amazon to the customer. So that changes your fee structure. So now if you look at an item like that, of course you're going to have more effort and more energy. So now I'm going to go up to a higher price point. So for the person that's buying something, I look at reverse engineering. What exactly do you want to achieve first? So just say your goal is just say to pay a cell phone bill, and your cell phone bill is $100. If I sell this same water bottle and I sell my $100, that means I have to sell make $1.40 each one. So you would take the $100, then your profit, which is $1.40. You take $100 divided by $1.40, and then you'll see how many items I need to sell per week to make that $100. Then if you divide that number by 4, then you can say, all right, I need to sell this amount per week to make the $100. Then if you even go even deeper, then say, all right, I want to divide that number by 30. So I need to sell this amount per day to make per item to make this $100. So we have to factor in all these different factors in. So I will say start off of where do you want to achieve, and then go backwards to get to your goal, if that makes sense. So I would just say, and then it depends on the item. So I personally like to do no $4 to $5, but again, it fluctuates on the size of the item and how much I'm paying for the item and the sales velocity of the item.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. You're right about that, because size is everything. And like I was telling people the other day, obviously you want to try to do as much FBA as possible, but then we know we were talking about storage earlier. And so if you are going to do FBA, it needs to be something that you know that's going to move pretty rapidly. But like for items that you're going to do, ship out yourself, Amazon don't give any like breaks on the shipping. Poshmark is the only platform, guys. That's why when people complain about Poshmark shipping, stop it. £5 for $7.49, unheard of.
Great. If Amazon did that, I would make ridiculous.
Yeah, anywhere in the United States, it's $7.49, and I mean that includes, of course, Alaska and Hawaii are part of the United States. But I'm just saying that includes them as well.
Oh man, so, for $7 for £5, that's
$7.49 £5. Do you know what Amazon? Because I told them I did this video. Right, Marissa. Yeah, I did a video the other day because we had one that we had to ship out. We had a product we had to ship out. It was £5. The customer lived in Arizona. So, doing all the different structures with Amazon, it was $25 priority USPS. So then, we can do pirate ship too and do our own shipping and then put the tracking in there. But even with pirate shipping, it was $21. So then we ended up having to go with Right, exactly. So then we ended up having to go to UPS, and that was still $15. So I'm just telling you. So yeah, definitely consider weight when you get into the Amazon game if you're gonna be shipping this out. So yeah.
And in Amazon, you can change your shipping templates. So for example, you're on the East Coast. The United States is broken up into slivers. There's 9 zones total.
Right.
So everyone lives in zone 1, and zone 9 for me might be different than you. And your zone 1 and 2. So if I live on the East Coast. So most packages go to the east of the Rockies. So if you look at it like this, you pull up a map of the United States at night, and you see all the little dots. Mm-hmm. That's where majority of the heavier populated cities. Those are where one of the packages are going to be shipped to. So if you think of it like this, just say Again, the same water bottle. If I ship it from here to New York, it might cost me. I'm not gonna use this water bottle. Something that weighs a pound. Of course,
Okay.
if I do first class, it's gonna be depending on if first class is under 15 ounces. I
Right.
believe
It's
right
15
now
ounces.
it's
Yeah. It's
two
15
dollars
ounces.
and 80. No, it went up. I think it's $2.70, 80, somewhere under $3. Just say I can't remember
Right.
exactly. But if I ship it from here to a neighboring state, it's that price. But as the farther I go west, it goes up. But in
Oh,
Amazon,
yeah.
you can make it so you don't ship anything past the east of the Rockies. So
Oh, so
anyone in California,
you're saying that I could set now. This is something I hadn't thought about. So what you're saying is we can set up our Amazon, like if we have a lot of products where we have to ship out ourselves, I guess what you're trying to say.
mm-hmm,
And we set up our Amazon where we would only personally ship to a certain level, like maybe just to a certain part of the East Coast, is what you're saying, right?
mm-hmm,
Yeah, I
correct.
hadn't thought about that. That's
Yep.
interesting.
And a lot of that I'll put inside the Discord. So inside of that Discord, it'll come with that information. Like, hey, somebody messages and said, "Hey, man, how do I fix my template?" If it's a quick, easy answer, I'll make a video and then put it on there. Hey, you just go here, do click this, and then here you
Right,
go. And then of course
right.
you won't have to watch 106 YouTube videos to figure out one answer.
Yeah, because that could take so much time. And if you're an entrepreneur, you don't have time because what I find with YouTube, and don't get me wrong, I love YouTube, but not everybody gives great titles for the information that you want. Like you'll ask that question and a title should give you that information, get in there and they talk about anything but that title, which
Yes.
drives me crazy. I
Or
mean,
the or the
so yeah.
information could be misinformation. They could be even telling
Right.
you the wrong information in the first place.
Yeah, that's true too. So
Or
that does happen
recycled,
as
and there's a
well.
lot of recycled information. Like for
Hmm.
example, somebody might watch this YouTube video, and
Hmm.
then 3 weeks down the line, they make a YouTube video about this same content and not even know what exactly the steps are on how to do this. It's just that they might have more followers or more or know how to use clickbait and put the right keywords in the
Right.
inside of the title. Now they pushed all this wrong information to people and have them led astray.
Yeah, I totally agree. That's a very good point, man. And you're right about that. That does happen as well. So that's an excellent point. So, what is some other advice would you like to give out to people in regards to are either in Amazon or considering Amazon?
Um, I would say the part that I think that helped me the most. Oh, I forgot about another service we have too. So the part that helped me, one of the biggest mistakes that I did was I didn't hire fast. Um, by meaning
Okay.
that I didn't hire people locally
Hmm.
in my business and remotely. Because if you like, just say for example, for Poshmark, you have to take
Okay.
pictures of the product. But
Hmm.
if you were to hire, just say your son, if you have a son, daughter,
Right.
a child, if you tell them, say, hey man, I'm going to show you my process, you do the process, and I just sit there and watch them. So now you're watching yourself do your process. It actually helps you learn how good am I actually doing this process. Or, oh man, this is what I'm doing. Now you can make adjustments on that individual, especially if you have kids that's doing free work. I use my daughter and my mother and my dad plenty of times as free labor to make the adjustments on the business. So I was like, oh man. So I'll sit there, teach them something, and then like, all right, no, I don't like the way that did it. I'm sitting there timing myself. And again, time is money. So you should be
Yeah, time
documenting
is money for
how
sure.
long it takes to process. If it takes me, just say, for example, I have 100 closed the list, you should,
Hmm.
if you didn't do it, start tomorrow. And it's going to look like gibberish when you first start writing. But after
Hmm.
over time, as you write it, you're creating a map to what you're doing for your business. Of course, my process is going to be different than yours. The next person's process is going to be different. And as you say, all right, it took me 10 hours to do these 100 clothes, just say for the week. I need to knock this down to 9 hours. And then I need to
Right.
knock this down to 8 hours. And the only way for you to measure that, you have to write it down. And you have to keep
Right.
measuring it and keep looking at it. So if
And
you
see what
hire someone,
changes you can make. Right.
yep,
That's a good
correct.
point.
Be
Mhm.
be your biggest be your biggest critiquer. Is that the right word to say? Be your biggest critic. Say, hey
Right.
man, no, I was doing this in 10 hours. And then if you're in other groups, you ask somebody, hey, how long does it take? Oh, sorry about that. I think my camera
That's
just
okay.
went off. All right.
Oh, that's okay.
All right. If it takes you 10 hours to do,
Hmm.
you might go in
Hmm.
a Facebook group and say, hey, how long does it take you to do this? And then in a sense, you can measure your I don't know if you can see me or not. Um,
I can't see you
okay,
right
there
now.
we go.
Now I can. Go ahead.
Okay. You can say, all right, it takes you 10 hours to do this process, but it might take the next one 30 hours to do it, the next one 15 hours, or so on. And then you can, that way you can keep slicing it down and slicing it down to be able to get a better version of your business. So and then another thing we offering is we have VAs. So I teach the VAs. If you're interested in getting a VA, that's another thing that I wish I would have did early in the business. Outsource the VA. That way, a lot of this stuff can be done on a computer. And if you're paying a VA $4 and $5 an hour, why are you doing it yourself? So that way you can focus on the business to actually grow the business. And that's another thing we offer. I have a line of VAs and I teach them. They go through the training of extensive training with me through Keepa and so how to use some of these other tools. And then I have verified VAs that say, hey, these VAs know Amazon and they'll show you. So you're teaching them and they'll be teaching you at the same time. And again, if you're sourcing products online, if you're working a 9 to 5, why not pay someone just say, for example, you're paying them $4 an hour. Why not pay for 40 hours, for 10 hours a week at $40? And they source all the products and so did all this analysis and said, hey, man, these products, you should buy 3 of these. You should buy 2 of these. And that's going to save you more time to focus on the actual business, which
So you
you're
have
going
a
to
team
be able to
of
do.
VAs that can do that. That's phenomenal.
Yes.
Yes, and I bet you even have some VAs for people like for eBay and stuff too. Correct?
Yes, I have them now. I have them now. So,
Excellent.
and I
Excellent.
mean, they don't necessarily know eBay, but when I first started, we were I started with eBay, and I had my first VAs were with me for 3 years, almost 3 years. It
Hmm.
was 2 cousins and a niece. I mean, and a
Hmm.
nephew, and they were
Okay.
doing eBay. Only thing I did, I took the pictures of the product. I started with clothes.
Right.
I started with baby clothes, women clothes, any kind of clothes that I can get, and I was getting them for
Right.
free.
Right.
So as soon as I took a picture of the item. I did the measured the seams of it, and then me and them we shared a Google Drive. I uploaded the pictures to the Google Drive, and they created all the listings. Now, could they create the listing and price it better than me? No, not at all. But I was able to do 3 times as many clothes a day than the average person because the only thing I was doing was just taking pictures and measuring. So as
Right.
I'm taking the
Right.
pictures,
You didn't have to
measuring it,
do all the other parts
yep. I
that
didn't
go
have to
with the
do none of
listing.
that. They found the product. Now, was I losing $2 or $3 off of each item? Yeah, I probably was. But I made it up in volume than what someone else was worried about that $2 or $3. So yeah, if I would have
And
listed,
plus, you're getting these clothes for free. So
yeah, exactly, exactly.
yeah. So for you, it was definitely well worth it. Yeah. So that's amazing.
So I do
So
have, and I have. Sorry, not to cut you off.
no,
I
you're
made
fine.
videos along the way when I was doing eBay, and I still have all those videos. So if somebody wanted to use use our service for VAs, I can give those. I would train the methodology for Poshmark. I don't know Posh a whole lot, but I know you
Mhm.
had to take pictures of the
Right.
clothing and then
Right.
post it. And of course, you would have to train the individual on how to post the clothes, repost it, and stuff like that. And again, if you're paying someone, you can never pay someone in the United States $4 an hour to do any of these tasks
Of
at all.
course
They will look
not.
at you like you were crazy.
Right. Yeah,
But
you're
and
right.
then a lot of
Definitely.
them they just want to work, and then a lot of them due to the pandemic, just like in the United States, it hit the whole world. So there's a lot of people in other countries that are willing to work and have substantial internet and have internet access that would gladly do this work for you.
Yeah, that is so true, Matt. You're right about that. And you're helping some people out. So I totally agree. I totally agree with that. So Matt, your programs like the buyers list, and then the keeping all of that. When is this all going to go in effect?
It would have been effect right now, but
Hmm.
it's actually done now. I'm just waiting on the guy to finish the guy to finish the landing page, so you can go on there and click it.
Okay, I see
Hopefully
what you're saying.
he made a revision on it, so it should be ready before the end of the day. Actually, hopefully before the end of the day. By the time today, it should be ready. Then I just gotta push a couple buttons, and then upload. So if somebody's interested, they can contact me on Instagram, and then I'll share the information with Terry also. But it will be on my Instagram on my link tree, which is on my Instagram before the end of this week.
Yeah, that sounds great. And then too, Matt, we'll probably get together to try to do a clubhouse room too, so you can kind of promote it, and people can actually get up on stage and ask you like very direct questions too. Correct? That
Okay.
sound
Yeah.
good? Yeah, because
Sounds
we want
good.
to get that springboard. Because it sounds like a really great service that you'll be offering. Well, several services that you'll be offering. So I think it'll be great. And me being in Amazon already, I know how valuable the services are that you're actually offering. So I'm super excited about that. So I is there anything last words you want to say about anything?
Um, I'm gonna use the words from the guy Chris. Embrace the suck. I like
Okay.
that saying. It's not my saying. I wish I had thought of it, but it's gonna suck. I mean, at times for me it sucks. Like today, I got up. I think I've been up since 3:30, and I've been writing, looking at information all day from what the VA's put in, and it times are like, oh man, I really don't want to do this, but I know I have to do it until I get to the point where I can outsource it. Like now, I'm trying to outsource a lot of it, so it's taking more time, but hopefully by this time next year, all I have to do is just read emails and push buttons and have other people do the work.
Oh, I know it's definitely going to happen for you. Definitely. Yeah, you're right. That's what me and my husband are working on too, trying to outsource everything. And like you said, it's a process. And
Hmm.
me and him have several stores. You know, of course, me and him are doing Amazon together. But yeah, it's definitely something. I know you'll do it though, definitely, because if anybody can
Thank
figure
you.
it out, you can. My last words I want to say about Matt is, y'all make sure y'all are following Matt. Really sharp guy. He's been doing Amazon for a while. Like other people that I've had up here to discuss Amazon, he's actually been doing Amazon longer than all the people that I've had. And I've had some really great people up here. Definitely get his ebook because, like I said, you know, his ebook like really was just very interesting to me because I hadn't even thought about you're gonna get something free and people pay you to get it. You know, and of course he's talking about books, but like I said, if you get free books, you know, people are paying you to get them. It really don't matter what you're selling for because you got them for free. And if you even if you don't sell them on Amazon, there's so many other sites that you can sell them on, and you're going to make a profit off of it because it's all about volume.
Hmm.
So you know what I mean. So you can't lose actually. So definitely get his ebook and then keep checking back on his Instagram because he's going to be starting this program soon, and he's going to add it to his link tree. And like I said, if you love what you was hearing today, definitely click the link, buy him some coffee because I really appreciate his time. And then stay tuned. I will be posting something because we'll have Matt on Clubhouse soon to kind of like he'll probably really try to springboard everything once this becomes more finalized. Okay. So Matt, I can't thank you enough. You're as always, you're always very enlightening and informative and give somebody something to think about. And I really
Yeah,
appreciate
right.
you. And I want to thank everybody that came out. Appreciate y'all. And I hope y'all definitely benefit from it. Tell your friends about this video as it's going to be uploaded. And definitely once it's uploaded and good, make sure to share it with your friends. And then make sure again to follow Matt at My World Ecom. It's a very sharp individual. And Matt, again, thank you for doing this because you actually had some personal situations going on. So I feel humbled that you did this. I really appreciate it. You have a very blessed night. Okay. Thank
You
you
too.
so
Also,
much.
thank you. Thank you for having
All
me.
right. My pleasure. Thank you. And everybody else, have a great night.